we are at the start of the wall. 84 miles to go.
Loving it so far.
If Mike keeps the camera still, we might even be loving it a bit more. Okay, so here we are on the first day of the walk. We've started at Bowness on Solway, which is the start point. We've got 84 miles ahead of us, and we're now walking along the salt marshes down by Berg on Sand, or Berg Sands, whatever the place is called. It's a hot day, about half nine now, and the sun's already up, and should be a good day. Okay guys, this is what we've done today. We started off here and we followed the trail all the way through Carlisle to here. We're staying in the Bluebells bunkhouse, which is a camping barn, and it's actually a very, very good site. I'll show you that in a second. All in all today we've done about 20 miles. We're all suffering from blisters, but it's a good day's walking in some quite hot weather, quite warm weather, and we're all looking forward to having a nice cup of tea and a good meal tonight. This is Michael, and Michael has got sunburn, as you can see there by that big V on his chest, so obviously that was quite a warm day today for Mike. Mr. Steve. Steve is there,
Serious repacking.
and he's doing some serious repacking because the weight was not evenly distributed, and he's got his little bright orange floppy cup there.
Oh, you can't beat a bright orange floppy cup.
Bright orange floppy cup. As you can see, the bunkhouse, it's beds, mattress, there's a little woolly fleecy blanket, and then you sleep in your sleeping bags on top. Just out the door there's a kitchen area, shower area. Very good, nice, well decorated. The owner's a very sociable, nice fella, and fully recommended. That's the Bluebell bunkhouse just outside of Crosby on Eden if you're ever doing a wall. Well, it's day two. We've walked from Crosby on Eden to Banks so far, so we've done about 9 miles. We've got about another 5 to go. That'll get us to Greenhead. Our aim is just to get past Firwell Castle, up onto the actual English heritage part of the wall, and we're going to camp for the night. We're going to wild camp. We'll talk about wild camping later when we get there, and we've set up for now. This is probably the real first section of the wall we've seen, and we're stopping for lunch. Yeah, that's a mile. Lunch. So, end of day two. We started off this morning at Crosby on Eden, which is here, and we followed the route along to Greenheads, which is here. We're actually slightly further than Greenheads, in a bit of woodland, which I'll show in a second. But we've done approximately 15, possibly a little bit more miles today. So we're motoring along, we're getting quite a good distance, which is great. Okay, this is where we camped today. We're camped in a woodland. That's my tent. I'm sleeping in, I'm testing it out actually, I've never used it before. I'm sleeping in a Belgian Army pup tent. Just behind that tree there is Mike. He's sleeping under obviously a normal standard basher. And over there is Steve, who's sleeping under an American Army poncho. Okay, as discussed today earlier, I've caught the sun on my nose, as discussed earlier, today we're wild camping. Last night we stayed in a camping barn, today we're wild camping. The rules for wild camping are very, very simple. Ideally, you sleep or you tent, you camp what they call above the wall line. This basically means that you camp above anyone's fields, etc., etc., in mountainous area. So you're not bothering their livestock, you're not bothering their, you know, their working practices of their land. In areas where you can't get above the wall line, where you know, the whole area is worked, then use common sense. We're going to move from here across the wall. We're going to actually go onto the main sections of the wall, the main sort of bits of the Roman archaeology or the Roman ruins. So we should get some good scenic views tomorrow. There's not been much to see really. Today was pretty much farmland, and the day before, walking through Carlisle, was small villages and, you know, on tarmac. So today's or tomorrow will be the best part of the walk, and we'll have to get some good footage. And if we get to Wall tomorrow night, then we'll camp in Wall, where there's an area where we can camp for free, and it's near some public toilets, so there's, you know, ablutions and stuff like that, which is handy. If we don't make Wall tomorrow, then we'll be camping out on the national park, but you'll see that tomorrow. Okay, it's day 3. We've come from Wall Town, or the crag just outside of Greenhead this morning. We've climbed up into the hills. We're now on the Wall proper. Our aim today is to reach Housesteads by lunchtime, and then push on as far as we can, hopefully through Cholerford to Wall for this evening. When we get to Wall, obviously we can camp at Wall, as I said yesterday. And so far the sun's just peeking through the clouds. It's been an overcast morning, it's already getting hot, and we've got a few miles to tread before we reach our lunch break. So we'll see you there. There we go, crossing over the wall, looking north now into Caledonia, as the Romans would have called it, where the painted men, the Picts, lived. And panning back round, as you can see there, the wall snaking off into the distance, and back over into Britannia, good old Britannia, where all the nice guys lived.
Oh baby, you're too pure. You're too pure for this wicked world. Your data's uncorrupted, but does something skip inside you? That's what it takes.
Okay, end of day 3. Today we've covered 19.5 miles. We've walked from Greenhead to Wall. You can see we've caught the sun a little bit. It's been a really hot day today, and the heat itself, which is pretty unexpected for this time of year up in on Hadrians Wall, has caught us on the hop to a degree, because both myself and Michael have got insulated boots, and the insulation is causing our feet to sweat copious amounts of perspiration, and to be honest, by the time I reached this place today, my left foot looked like I had trench foot. Been pretty bad, quite a lot of pain. So anyone who's out there, if you ever go walking in the summer, don't wear insulated boots. So that's a top tip. Nice single skin leather boots, or single skin with Gore-Tex, would be fine, but insulated, no. Tomorrow morning we're setting off again on our way towards heading on the Wall. Hopefully we'll reach heading on the Wall. It's going to be a slow hobble all day, and we'll see you at some point during the day. And Steve chilling out, resting his poor aching feet. That's the toilet block behind him over there, where you can get fresh water and obviously a blute. Coming round here, there's Mike's basher there, and behind me, which you can just see there, is my pup tent. Okay, so today this is where we started, at Greenhead. We walked from Greenhead to Housesteads, which is here, and that's where we had lunch, and then from there we followed the wall up through Chesters, through Chollerford and down into the village of Wall. That's a sum total of 19.5 miles, and as I said a minute ago, we've all got blisters. Myself and Mike are suffering from our feet quite badly, me in particular. We're all looking forward to a nice rest tonight, a chance to clean our feet, sort ourselves out, and hopefully tomorrow we can crack on. The last part of the journey, as you can see here, tomorrow we're planning on walking from Wall. If we can get to Heading on the Wall, which is there, that'll be fantastic. That'll be about another 15 miles. If we can do that 15 miles, that then means we've approximately just over 10 to 15 miles for the last day to get us into Newcastle, up to the end of the route, which is there, which is by the... Okay, middle of day 4, lunchtime now, and believe it or not, like a mirage in a desert to a thirsty man, we found a pub, which is here by the traffic going past. Yeah. We're about halfway, obviously, today, rest of the day, heading into, or through Heading on the Wall. Hope to get on the edge of Newcastle by the end of play today, and then that will mean tomorrow morning walk through Newcastle, and that's us done. Done the wall in 5 days as we plan to do. So fingers crossed, we're just waiting for our lunch now and enjoying a pint. This morning we started in Wall, which is here, and we've moved along the route all the way through Heading on the Wall and down onto the edge of Newcastle. We're about here at the... Okay, so that's it, end of day 4. Been some good old walking today. We've done about 19 miles again, so we've done 2 days of 19 miles, 1 day of 20 miles, 1 day of about 15, and we've got basically 9 or 10 miles left to do tomorrow. This is another consideration as well. People talk about wild camping, and on the cover of Country Walking magazine, I think, I saw a picture of a couple of guys who were wild camping in Scotland with a big yellow tent. Well, in Scotland that's great, above 1,000 metres. You can camp anywhere you like, but for things like this where we're wild camping, then we need to be a bit more discreet, and I'm going to show you on the night cam now where myself and Mike are sleeping. Okay, that's my sleeping bag. You can see with the American Army cam going up onto my rucksack. There's my rucksack there, which I'm using as a pillow. And above me there's Mike's rucksack, and there's Mike's head and Mike's bivvy bag. As you can see, we're sleeping in a small gap in some trees, and to all intents and purposes to the outside world we're invisible. Well, it's morning, day 5. We've got an overcast morning again this morning, no fog this time, but it's overcast. We expected a chilly night, but it was quite warm. I think we all sweated in our sleeping bags a bit last night, so we made a change. Last leg today, into Wall End. See a little fort there. And then it's the bus back to Carlisle. So, see you real soon. Hi Mike. Bye. See you later. Well guys, lunchtime day 5 and we've reached the end of the walk. Pretty good going really. So we camped just outside Newcastle last night, so we only had a few miles to go. As you can see, we've arrived at the end of the walk, and typically British, it's raining and it's not open, so there's a good welcome for you.